We're on your side tonight with more on summer camps. A lot of kids right now loading up duffel bags and backpacks. They're getting ready to head off on an outdoor adventure. Summer camp in the North Carolina mountains. They're going to come home with memories, friendships, and skills that will last a lifetime. But if you have sent a child to one of those camps, you know they are not cheap. A week-long stay can easily run a couple $1,000s. What's the gap here you're trying to fill, and what is that gap in our community?
Primarily, it's an opportunity gap. The students in our program are wonderful. They are simply lacking access to the same opportunities.
That is Molly James. She is the executive director of Wayfinders, a Charlotte nonprofit that has been sending kids to summer camp for 30+ years now. Elementary age kids, 4th to 6th grade, they head to the mountains for a couple weeks each year. When they get to middle school, ages 7th to 9th grade, they head to overnight camps on college campuses. And then when they get to high school, they become camp counselors or they take part in other internships. But that is just one part of what they do. They also pair kids with mentors, people like Kevin Poindexter.
And there's so many out there that they just need help. They need a bridge between where they are now and where they can be.
The mentors commit to spending time with a child at least once a month for 5 years. And those efforts are making a difference. 100% of scholars in the program enter high school on time, and 100% also graduate. And what's more here, half go on to a 4-year college, the other half go to community college.
I mean, you see these kids in the 4th grade when they enter our program, and they have so much potential, and then you see the barriers to their getting access to things like going to summer camp. There's the summer learning loss that they battle if they don't have access to enriching things to do in the summer, so that's partly why we offer the summer camp experience. And the same thing throughout the school year if they don't have access to theater visits and community service and nature outings and all these things that provide enrichment to students, then they miss out.
Can we draw a parallel from having a camp experience like this to performing better in school?
Yeah, the data show that students who have meaningful opportunities in the summer retain what they've learned during the school year. It's like a 30% loss in learning if you don't have access to those critical summer enrichment opportunities.
When we're talking about camp, are we talking about swimming and fishing and canoeing, or various types of things?
A lot. In our program, students start out going to kind of a traditional camp in the mountains of North Carolina, and they get to do archery and fishing and hiking and canoeing, and that's sort of the things that you think about traditional summer camp. But when they get to middle school and high school, we try and get them on a college campus.
Talk about that exposure and why that's important, because I mentioned in a number of these cases, this would be first-generation college students who haven't had someone to take them on a trip like this.
That's exactly right. Most of our students, if they go to college, which most do, are the first one in their family to do so. And so it doesn't seem like a lot, but having been on a college campus for a week or two, and then when you're thinking about college, you can envision yourself there and say, oh, I've been there. I know what that's like. That's not a scary thing to consider doing.
Tell me about Kevin.
Kevin's amazing. We had a kid in our program who kind of entered our program late, and he was in the 6th grade, and we said, Kevin, are you game to try a 6th grader? And 6th grade, that's middle school. It's a little harder to develop a relationship at that age. And Kevin was like, I'm in, let's go.
How long you been with this young man?
A little over a year now.
Yeah, and how's it going?
It's fun. He's 14 years old, so there's always struggles with that. But he's a good kid. He's got a beautiful, bright smile, so smart. So much potential, a lot of fun.
What does that mean to you to be involved in that process for him?
It's exciting, and it's selfishly, it's a lot of fun for me. I get a lot of reward from seeing him grow and seeing his eyes light up. I think one of the biggest things I do is just give him exposure to different things.
Tell me about those conversations, how you break the ice and get him to warm up, and
We just do things. It's not really formal conversations. We're just hanging out and talking, and things come up, and we start discussing them. So, we see somebody doing something, we're like, hey, that looks like a fun job, and we start talking about it and just having discussions around things.
What have you learned through this?
That I'm lucky. You know, I had a lot of privilege growing up. You know, I wasn't rich, but I wasn't poor. But I had opportunities to do things. You know, my mom and my dad always fought to give me opportunities for education, give me exposure to things. It's fun to be able to give some of that back.
You stop once in a while and let yourself think, boy, we're impacting lives here, and that's really important in our community.
I've watched kids from 4th grade through 12th grade at this point, and to see that transition, it's really special.
You've been smiling a lot through this interview. I mean, that's a great job to have, isn't it, that you know you can do that?
It's the best. It's the best. Yeah, I practiced law for 17 years and left to take this job, and I've never looked back. It's been great work.
Amazing work they're doing there at Wayfinders. They always need donations too, folks, to keep these programs up and running. So go to their website and you can make a donation or become a mentor as well.